Welcome to the Uncensored Independent or Uncensored with Avery, whichever one you want to call it. Either one. But I am glad you guys are here. Please do not forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe down below. Let's grow this channel. Let's grow the Uncensored Media Network. Let's really do something big. I know I said that multiple times, and shoot, I think over like 2 years of me trying to do this show, but this is me really going all in. I invested in myself in a way that I've never done before. And so I really want this thing to be a success. Okay. But what I'm talking to you guys about today is the Pam Bondi hearings, which went off the fucking rails insane. It was supposed to be about some sort of DOJ bullshit that had nothing to do with Epstein. But that is all people care about right now. That is all the government cares about. That's all the citizens of the United States Americans care about. No, we need answers from this government, and it is obvious that they are being part of a cover-up. It is disgusting what Pam Bondi, Donald Trump, and the rest of this administration regime, gargoyles, whatever the fuck you want to call them, are doing, and how they are covering up pedophiles, and how it's taking fucking Rokana, who I will talk about later, to go into a skiff, memorize names, write them down, and have enough balls to go on the House of Representatives, the floor of the House of Representatives, and call these men out by name. Shout out to Rokana. He is amazing. Him and Thomas Massey are the driving force behind this. And so many people are hopping on board because they are realizing, no, we cannot have our government and the just worlds. Because we have people in the UK quitting, getting fired, removed, just across the world, just from the mention of them being with Epstein. But in America, our president, Donald Trump, he was named over 1 million times in those documents. I will give you guys one thing in his favor. Technically, that million times is also considering after Epstein died, and anytime anybody possibly stated that, oh, Donald Trump killed Epstein, oh, Donald Trump did this, that, and the other. A lot of those is crazy, and it's not and they're unfounded. But we originally thought it was like 38,000 times, and that was in the redacted version. No, that's still wrong. So I'm gonna assume it's probably around 500,000 times that he's in 6 million files. So that's like 1 out of every 12 pages that Donald Trump's name is mentioned. So we are in scary times, people. Scary times. Where the president of the United States is implicated in some rather wild, fucked up shit. Murdering, raping children, tossing babies overboard in Lake Michigan, sex trafficking, named with multiple pedophiles. It is something crazy. And people in power, everybody in the administration, it was like 30 people in Donald Trump's administration, sorry about that, have been named in the Epstein files. This is scary, guys. Well, like I want to talk to you guys about today, I'm going to show you guys the Pam Bondi side of all this, and then I'm also going to go into Rokana later on a different video. And then we're also going to talk about elections and what they're planning on doing on elections, because there's so much fucked up shit, there's so much wild shit happening in this country, and I really want to get to it all with you guys, but it is a lot, and so it's going to take me a couple of days. But we're going to get there. But first and foremost, let's get to Pam Bondi. Let's get to this hearing and how fucking wild it was. All right, guys. Remember, like I said, Pam Bondi, this hearing went off the rails. Let's start by watching this one.
Are you serious? Talking about anti-Semitism to a woman who lost her grandfather in the Holocaust And I see that my time is almost expired, so I will say this. Do the right thing, Attorney General. Meet with the survivors. They have been asking for a year. Meet with the survivors. Do the right thing. I yield back.
Yeah, Pam Bondi is being a little bitch, and she wouldn't even look the survivors in the eye. We're going to get to that video. But Pam Bondi is absolutely disgusting. Everybody is bought and paid for by Israel, and so everything is just anti-Semitism. It's fucking gross. It's fucking gross.
Back.
Gentlelady yields back. The gentleman from South Carolina is recognized for 5 minutes.
May I have 20 seconds of his time?
So that'd be up to the gentleman, but...
Absolutely, Madam
Thank you. Thank you. I was curious if you, Congresswoman, asked Bill Clinton that. Didn't see one tweet, not one. I didn't see one tweet when Joe Biden was in office about Bill Clinton. Didn't ask Merrick Garland anything about Epstein, not once when he was...
Bullshit and obfuscation. Look, yeah, they dropped the ball and they were shitty, but you're the ones in power now. The buck apparently doesn't stop with them. It's let's talk about the people in the past. Let's talk about this, that, and the other. Newsflash: Joe Biden wasn't named in the fucking Epstein files. Barack Obama wasn't named in the fucking Epstein files. Clinton, who was named in the fucking Epstein files, guess what? Him and his wife said they'll testify on camera in front of the House. What do you have, Pam Bondi? Absolutely fucking nothing but bullshit.
And also, I want the record to reflect that, with this anti-Semitic culture right now, she voted against a resolution condemning.
Oh,
is
Jewish. I just want to be clear. Do you want to go there, Attorney General? Or do you want to go there? Are you serious? Talking about anti-Semitism to a woman who lost her grandfather in the Holocaust? Really?
The committee will be in order.
Talk to Jared Wise about anti-Semitism.
The ranking member.
There is no evidence that Donald Trump is...
Before we get into this next video, that is fucking insane. Pam Bondi just spews whatever Israeli bullshit talking point she's paid to spew without any research, without any fucking anything, and can't back up shit. Because she's working for Donald Trump, she's working for Israel, they're covering for pedophiles, they're covering for the billionaire pedophile cabal elite, and so this is what we're only going to get from her. Obfuscation and bullshit. Now watch how Ted Lieu absolutely dismantles her and how she fucking freaks out.
Committed a crime. Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent presidency. He's the one that asked that those files.
I'm reclaiming my time. I got your answer. I'm going to put up another document from a witness who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center because I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath.
Thank you, Ted Lieu. Because she's fucking lying under oath. Period. Look, this bitch is lying. That's all she can do. That's all she could fucking do. Because a million times. Donald Trump's name was in there a million times. Remember that. 1 million times. Even if half of those is fake, that means 500,000 is real. There's credible evidence of this, of people saying that he's raped 13 and 14-year-olds. There's the Katie Johnson story. Look, there is ample evidence. This bitch is just lying.
And this is all on videotape. You said there's no evidence of a crime. I'm showing you. Here is a witness statement who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center. He drove Donald Trump around in a limo. He overheard what Donald Trump said to Jeffrey on his cell phone. He was so angry, he was going to stop a limo and hurt Donald Trump. And he met a girl who said she was raped by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She later had her head blown off, and officers at the scene said that could not have been suicide. No one at the Department of Justice interviewed this witness. You need to interview this witness immediately.
This is what...
She doesn't want to do her job, because if she actually did her job, she would have to arrest the president of the United States. It's a fact. It is just a fucking fact.
Congressman Liu didn't want to talk about. He didn't want to talk about all the crime that is happening in his state.
Obfuscation.
Yeah, and I want.
All right. All she does is obfuscate, and when she's presented with evidence to her face, it's, he wants to say this when this is going on in his state. Bitch, you're on trial right now. You're on the stand. You're the one that's being grilled. Got to do better. Our country has to do better. It's falling apart because of these guys. Now let's watch how Jamie Raskin absolutely dismantles Pam Bondi.
The whole country to look at this. Because this is the Attorney General of the United States, whose job is law enforcement. We've never had a witness who has misunderstood our rules and been unable to conform his or her conduct to our rules before. We have only 5 minutes. And so we use our time to ask you specific questions.
How long are you giving me to
Excuse me, I'm not yielding to you right now. I'd like that second restored too. So, Ms. Bondi, the way it works is we ask you a question and you answer it. And if you go off on a wild goose chase, another tangent, you start reading statistics or you start talking about stuff going on in our district. And by the way, I invite you to my district. Come to my district, but that's not what we're here to do today. Okay, so, and you do that, then we're allowed to say we reclaim our time. At that point, you have to be quiet. You have no choice. You have to be quiet. So I hope you understand the rule of this board. Now, here's what I want to ask you.
Put her in her place.
You're in law enforcement. We've seen all kinds of evidence of crimes.
Just upset.
And when we go over to the Department of Justice for the 4 computers for every member of Congress, we see more evidence of crimes. Will you create a joint task force of the Department of Justice and governors and state attorney generals and district attorneys across the country to investigate the crimes that have taken place against these victims and more than 1,000 like them? The DOJ is not doing its job. Will you create a task force with state and local law enforcement to make that happen?
Gentlelady can respond if she wants to.
Thank you, Chairman. He called Chase Mulligan a wild goose chase and didn't even know who he was. He is a defendant in your own district who preyed on girls.
Mr. Chairman.
Well, you know what? If he were part of the Epstein investigation, you wouldn't do anything about it.
Online chat rooms and committed sextortion. Yet he didn't even know in your tiny little district who he was.
Mr. Chairman, she's embarrassing you.
He's about to be
This is your committee, and she is embarrassing
Shame
you.
on you.
The time of the gentleman has expired.
Facts.
I would remind the
This is a
committee
Republican-led
that
House.
last Congress,
Republican
Secretary
Jim Jordan
Marks was here
fucking
numerous
loser as the
times, and he
chairman.
wouldn't answer
Yeah.
our questions, even when we sent them to him ahead of time in writing.
Embarrassment.
So that's what we've had to deal with. I think the Attorney General is doing just fine.
When the doors closed last time.
All of that is embarrassing because they have absolutely freaking nothing. Absolutely nothing. And then the last thing I'm going to show you guys is Pam Bondi refusing to look at the Epstein victims. She refuses because she's horrible. All right, 1 second, guys. All right, 1 second, guys. Okay. Now, I have this one with the Epstein victims, and everybody really, really needs to see this one.
To the survivors in the room, if you are willing, please stand. And if you are willing, please raise your hands if you have still not been able to meet with this Department of Justice. Please know for the record that every single survivor has raised their hand. Attorney General Bondi.
Before Pam Bondi even speaks, that is disgusting. They have not been able to meet with the Department of Justice after they literally ran on and stated, "Oh, we're gonna release the Epstein files. We're gonna show everybody what these pedophiles are doing." They're the victims right there. What are you doing? You won't even talk to them? Won't even get information? But you meet with Ghislaine Maxwell in prison and give her a complete fluff job to the point where the warden says that she's annoyed by her because she gets too much good treatment? Ghislaine Maxwell is a fucking puppy on the inside. It is wild. All right, let's continue.
You apologize to the survivors in your opening statement for what they went through at the hands of Jeffrey Epstein. Will you turn to them now and apologize for what your Department of Justice has put them through with the absolutely unacceptable release of the Epstein files and their information?
Congresswoman, you sat before Merrick Garland sat in this chair twice.
Attorney General Bondi.
No, can I finish my answer?
No, I'm going to reclaim my time because I asked you a specific question that I would like you to answer, which is, will you turn to the survivors? This is not about anybody that came before you. It is about you taking responsibility for your department.
She's not going to take responsibility. She's not even going to turn around and acknowledge that the survivors are even there. She refuses to. It's not in her. She is bought and paid for. She has a script. She has a goal. She has a job. And her job is not to release the Epstein files. That is her job. It's a cover-up. Period. Corruption and cover-ups. It is fucking pedophiles running the government. It's disgusting.
Of justice and the harm that it has done to the survivors who are standing right behind you and are waiting for you to turn to them and apologize for what your Department of Justice has done.
Members get to ask the questions, the witness gets to answer in the way they want to answer them.
Chairman,
because she doesn't like the answer. So,
Mr. Chairman,
why
I have asked
didn't she ask Merrick Garland this?
I am reclaiming my time, and when I reclaim my time, it is
Mr. Chairman, the gentleman is reclaiming
I'm
her time.
not going to get in the gutter for her theatrics.
You're not getting in the gutter? You're fucking gross, Pam Bondi. Fucking gross.
I want to talk about.
Oh, okay. The last thing with Pam Bondi I want to talk about is Jasmine Crockett absolutely snapping off on her. She asked her no questions. All she did was lay out the motherfucking facts. All right. I'm going to let Jasmine do her thing.
The president and his possible involvement with Jeffrey Epstein. Now, I don't know what the president might have done with Jeffrey Epstein, but unlike this administration, I believe that facts matter. So let's talk about the facts. Fact number one, Donald Trump is one of the most named people in the Epstein files. At least 5,000 files contains more than 38,000 references to Trump, his wife, or Mar-a-Lago. Fact number two, Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell made young girls available to Trump on multiple occasions. For example, according to this file, Ghislaine Maxwell presented a young girl to President Trump who spent more than 20 minutes apparently flirting with her. Here's another example. This shows notes from FBI investigators that describe Jeffrey Epstein transporting a victim to Mar-a-Lago to meet with President Trump, where he bragged to Trump that, quote, "This is a good one." Now, I'm not saying that the president is a pedophile, but there is a lot of evidence in these files that suggests that he's very close friends with a lot of men who are pedophiles. What's crazy about all of this is just that this is a big cover-up. And this administration is engaged in it. In fact, this administration is complicit. But there are numerous others, like how the DOJ is attempting to obstruct justice in the investigation of the rogue agents who have murdered American citizens, or how the DOJ seized voter data from Fulton County in an attempt to steal the 2026 midterm elections, or how federal agents have Tom Homan on tape accepting a bribe and your agency killed the investigation, or how your agency is ready to give the president a $230 million payday, which is unconstitutional. The Constitution is clear. The president shall not receive any payment except his salary while in office. The fact fact of the matter is that you will be remembered as one of the worst attorney generals in history. An attorney general who has prioritized obstruction over justice, corruption over the law, fealty to the president over loyalty to the Constitution. And Mr. Chairman, I will yield.
Lady yields. The gentleman from Missouri is recognized. Excuse me, the gentleman from Kansas, the Attorney General, former Attorney General, Mr. Schmidt is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and General Bondi, thanks for being here. Did you have anything you wanted to say before we talk?
I do. Thank you, Congressman. Thank you, my friend, for many years. I find it interesting that she didn't even want to try, Congresswoman Crockett, to ask any questions, because she certainly did not condemn her leader, Hakeem Jeffries, for taking money from Jeffrey Epstein after Epstein was convicted. And I will be brief to give you your time, Congressman. This is what she didn't want to talk about. Texas, from Cuba.
Oh my God.
Convicted, homicide, arson, weapon offense.
And bullshit.
Convicted. So what we talking about? Convict
Texas,
some of these
convicted,
perpetrators that
homicide.
rape these women that are sitting behind you, that you refuse to even acknowledge they are here.
Thank you.
Are you serious? Talking about anti.
Now we're about to come full circle. But yeah. Everything that Jasmine said was fire. Everything Pam said was just obfuscation and bullshit. But I showed you a myriad of shit. Basically everything. All the highlights from Pam Bondi's hearing. It went off the rails. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, that was the Pam Bondi hearing, and as you could tell, it devolved into chaos. It was yelling and screaming at some points, people walking out, her blatantly lying. Like, she needs to resign. Kristi Noem needs to resign. The entire Trump administration needs to be dismantled, and America needs a fresh start. He should have never been elected. America's going to hell. I don't even know if we're going to last another 3 years. Other countries are cleaning up their act and getting rid of anybody involved with Jeffrey Epstein. Our country is basically ran by the entire Epstein class, and it's gross. It's gross. We have to do better as a country, and we need to. The next Democrat that gets elected has to hold these people accountable, has to do mass trials, mass arrest. It cannot be like the Obama era. Oh, we look forward, not looking back. No, we need to look back, and we need to arrest these people and make it clear that this country will never do that shit again. This shit again. Period. All right, guys. I love you. I got another video coming. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell, because I'm gonna have more and more stuff coming. Share this with your friends, family, whatever. Let's grow this, the Uncensored Media Network. Let's grow all of it. I love you guys. Thanks for watching.